The value of our world is really quite simple. You can let people continue to experiment in any way they want to, literally attacking life and planet. Or we can choose for life first, for the planet, and stop them. They are not going to stop on their own. That much is absolutely clear. The courts are not going to stop them unless you're there to insist. Media loves them because, you know, the university is God. Whether you think so or not, the university is God, particularly in America. And of course that reality becomes an end to our planet. Not because the university is, you know, horrible in and of itself. The knowledge that, you know, people gain or try to use is not in and of its own self a horror or a catastrophe. But when you take some form of knowledge and attack or threaten or cause consequences that can exterminate us all, it does become a tragedy for, you know, life and everything. When you can't be wrong, Life First for the Planet says you can't do it. And if you don't wake up and say that to your universities, you're going to die. Because what they're doing is threatening us all. What is important to every living thing on earth are threats. The greatest threats of all are the most important threats. The threats that can exterminate our world, our planet, our lives, cause cannibalism, and World War III, and everything else that is bad, are threats that we cannot avoid, or we let them happen. Your intellectuals, your leaders, because intellectuals have been leading this nation and for the most part this whole world for the last 40 years. The university owns and controls and corrupts everything they can because they are the leaders. Nobody else leads. It's not Republicans or Democrats. It's the university that leads. They are in charge. They have created experiments to ignite sunfire on Earth, a reality that either works or burns the entire planet upon ignition. There is no in between. It either works, and they use all kinds of fantasies that I've already proven to be wrong, and they've actually proven their theory of fusion to be wrong. They do it anyway. And I think they know, those who are in charge know, that they are intending to destroy the earth itself. Mutilating genetic life, mutilating nature, can only have one consequence. Their deliberate intent is to cause nature's disciplines, genetic order, to die, to fail completely, so that they can then decide, yes, okay, now we think we can, play God. Well, they can't. They can only kill us all in horrifying ways. Poisoning the water and ending the water supplies in so many ways as is being done is a bad thing that will cause war and tremendous bloodshed because you only have 3 days to find some more water. If that. The food supplies are all in jeopardy. Doesn't matter what you might think or believe, they are all in jeopardy. Overpopulation is adding 1 billion or more people every decade now. Think about that for a minute. Where does the food come from? We eat life, other life. When we run out, either you die or you eat humanity. It's what happened to islands when they became so overpopulated they no longer had food. So they started killing each other to eat each other. It's just how it goes. There are an endless amount of threats. News, they play the game of directing you to little things here and little things there to get you excited. But nobody wants to talk about the real threats that kill us all. And the fact that if we don't change ourselves, we are all going to die in hell, a reality of our own making, because we just didn't do what we had to do to survive. You should try to think for yourself and understand that I could be wrong. Let's just see the evidence and decide what the evidence will say, as if I had done. Or if you let your leaders be wrong about any of these threats as they are, well, your only path forward is extinction itself, and more chaos than you can even imagine. That's the facts.